Y'all, what is going on YouTube? I hope y'all are doing well. Hope y'all are feeling blessed. Y'all, I just got out of the gym just now, so I'm sweating. It's hot, but I really felt motivated. I was on the treadmill and I really felt motivated to make this video because you never know, right? There might be people that are in my position that, you know, are maybe hesitant to make that move, to take that step of faith. And this message is going to be encouraging. So if you've clicked on this video and you're still watching, just keep watching, y'all, because it's about to get good. And I'm going to give you guys a little details on my life and where I'm at right now to maybe help inspire and motivate some of you who are currently, like I said, stuck, confused, maybe too scared to take a step of faith. So y'all, if you guys look back at my previous videos, I was back home in my hometown. Now I'm 27 years old. And I want to say, like, when I was 25, somewhere around 24, 23, I felt I wanted to leave, right? I wanted to leave my hometown. I just didn't know how. And, you know, my hometown is all I knew. I'm from Nevada. I'm from a small city in Nevada. So my hometown, that's all I knew, right? I was born and raised there, and I just always felt like I needed to get out of my comfort zone, right? Your comfort zone is anywhere that you feel the most comfortable. You know, you're very familiar. You know, you have a very set routine on what you're doing, on, you know, how to go about things. So you never have to worry, right? I always have my family around. So if something were to ever go bad, I always had somewhere to fall back on, something, you know, somewhere to go. And that's very comforting, right? It's very comforting. For me, it really kept me from growing because, you know, it's like I never had to think outside of the box because I always had a clutch. I always had somewhere to fall back on. Now, around 25 years old, y'all, this is where I started making more videos on this YouTube channel. So originally my content was more car creative. I used to create videos on I had a Mustang on my car. And I transitioned it over and I was like, you know what? I want to do YouTube. I want to be a full-time YouTuber, as they say. And I started traveling, y'all. I started making videos. I finally left home. I packed everything up. And sure enough, I didn't think it through. I was very naive. I was, you know, I wasn't really thinking well, right? So this is a good learning lesson for you. If you ever want to leave home, if you ever want to move to a different state, you feel that calling, you feel that urge that, hey, you know, in order for me to grow, I gotta leave my hometown. I gotta leave everything I know. Make sure you have a plan, and that's most important because, y'all, if you don't have a plan, you're just gonna be lost. You know, I used to think back then that, hey, you know, things will just work out, but life doesn't work like that. You know, make a plan, put things in order so that you are able to move more towards that goal of leaving your home, right? Leaving your hometown. Now, I left at 25. I started making crazy videos. I was just doing wild stuff, right? I thought, okay, this is what's gonna get me my first 1 million subscribers. This is what's gonna get me paid. And sure enough, you know, I made some big mistakes. So I gave up YouTube, y'all. I gave up YouTube and I ran back home, right? I ran back home to what I knew because I was way out of my comfort zone, y'all. I was traveling everywhere and I had no place to stay. I had no home. I had no apartment like I do right now. And that was my first mistake that I made, right? Was I should have planned. I should have had a place to go. Now, you do hear stories, right? There are stories of people who say, you know, I left my home with no money, with no job, no apartment, and, you know, I made it. And, you know, but do not depend on that. You know, those videos can be inspiring, they can be motivating, but don't keep your mind on that, hey, you know, I'm gonna leave home and I'm just gonna, you know, an apartment is gonna open up for me and, you know, I'm gonna start making money from, you know, out of the air. It doesn't work like that. You know, make a plan it out, and then make your move, right? Start taking steps towards that move. Now, 25, I went back home. I was like, you know what? I'm done with YouTube. You know, YouTube's not for me. And I just started working, y'all. I started working, and just saving my money, paying off some bad debts that I had accrued. And as I started working, I still felt this like urge, you know, like this, I don't want to be at home. You know, I know that I want to grow, but there's too much comfort here, right? There's too much of familiarity, right? Like my hometown is where I grew up. My hometown, that's everything I know. All the people there that, you know, I grew up with, I always see a lot of them all the time, right? And it doesn't really, coming from a small city, y'all, you don't really have that mindset to think bigger than what you see, right? It's like, you know, if you never knew that they made Lamborghinis, right? And you've always driven a Toyota, you know, and you would think that, okay, Toyota's the goal, Toyota's the dream. But then the moment you see a Lambo, the moment you see something, you know, that costs, you know, quadruple what your car costs, you start thinking bigger now, like, yo, I can own a Lambo? Like, what? I didn't even know that existed, right? So it's like me being from a small city, that's all I knew, right? That's all I knew is, you know, you go to work, you get a job, you know, you grind, and then you retire, and, you know, and that's it, right? That's life. But I've been had this nudge, this feeling inside, right, that there's more to life than that, right? Life is not just about saving up your money for retirement, if you even make it to retirement, right? The Lord has a different plan for everybody, and not everybody makes it to see their old age, right? And so I always had this calling, like, you know, I had to do something different. And so fast forward maybe 1.5, 2 years, I got the opportunity, y'all, and, you know, I started lining things up, and I was like, yo, it's time to move. It's my time to get out of here. It's time for me to make that switch, to take the step of faith. And, you know, I started planning everything out. I got an apartment, I got a job and everything. And if you guys want me to make a separate video on, you know, helping you guys make those action steps, make those plans to set that out, and, you know, to do it in a way where you have the less risk of failure, right? So you have more risk of failure going out into something blindly, not knowing what you're doing, than if you were to plan it out, map it out, and, you know, say, okay, this is how it's gonna go, and if it doesn't, you know, I have this, and this. It's less risk, right? And yes, risk is good, but it's already a risk, right? Doing something that you're unfamiliar with. So why go crazy, right? Why make a stupid risk that you don't have to? So if you guys want me to make a separate video about that, best believe I will. Just go ahead and comment down below. But I like I said, I just wanted to make a short video inspiring you guys and motivating you to take that step of faith. So like I was saying, I left home, and I had everything in order. I came out here, and now I moved to Texas, y'all, right? I know there's a lot of videos of people wanting to move to Texas. There's a lot of, you know, videos of people moving to Texas. And, you know, wherever it is that you want to move, right? You can move anywhere, New York, you know, Washington, Canada, anywhere around the world, right? This video will apply to you and your situation. So if you feel that nudge, right? If you feel like, you know, God has been putting it in your heart, and, you know, I relate everything to God. I believe greatly in the Most High God, and I know that He put this desire in me, and it just wouldn't leave, right? I try to shove it away, and I say, you know what? I'm just gonna, you know, stay at home, try to make it work. And I still kept feeling this nudge that I had to leave. And I'll tell you guys, I've been gone from my home for about a month and a half, almost 2 months now. And I'll tell you guys that I do not regret it for a second. Now, it's not to say that my life's perfect. It's not to say that my life is, you know, going great. I got everything in order. But y'all, I'm able to now think for myself. I'm able to now make decisions without any outside influence, right? Now, of course, it is good to have good people around you that, you know, care about you, that want to see you level up, that want to see you grow, because that's how you're going to grow, right? But if you got people around you who aren't looking to grow, who aren't looking to up themselves, who aren't looking to, you know, move to the next level, and they're just content with where they're at, you're gonna fall into the same thing. And I just gotta say, y'all, I'm grateful. I'm super grateful that I was able to make this move. And if you right now, if you're watching this and you've been thinking to yourself, like, yo, I've been wanting to move, but I'm too afraid, you know, maybe I got an opportunity and I pass it up, or maybe there's an opportunity for you right now and you're out there wondering, you know, should I make the move? Should I do it? Is, you know, what's gonna happen to my family? I'll say this, y'all, move with faith and not fear, right? fear is a liar, and what do they say? Fear is false evidence appearing real, right? Now, I didn't want to move for a long time. I didn't want to make the move for fear, right? I was always worried, what's going to happen to my family? You know, will my family be able to survive with me? You know, are they going to be all right? Is my mom's going to be all right? You know, I love my family to death, but sometimes in order for you to provide for your family, in order for you to be the best for other people, you got to do what you know is right for yourself first, right? And for me, in my mind, I got to put everybody before me, you know, forget my life, forget who I am, forget what I'm supposed to be doing, and let me put everybody before me. And when you do that, you know, you end up getting run down, sucked dry. You got nothing to give, right? So take care of yourself, and also always pray, y'all. Pray on what, you know, before you make these decisions, pray on it. Meditate, take some time, like I said, to map it out. If you guys want a separate video on that, I will most definitely make one. But y'all, if you guys are hesitant right now on making that first move, maybe like I said, y'all, I'm 27, right? And I'm barely getting out of my hometown. I'm barely getting out of, you know, where I was born and raised. And I'm gonna keep vlogging these videos. I'm gonna keep making these little videos that are inspiring, motivating you, things that I've learned along my way. And y'all just see where it goes from here, you guys, because if you really set your mind to something and you really want it, best believe you can achieve it, right? And life is meant to be enjoyed. Life is great, life is amazing. And if you're feeling down in a rut right now, you know, don't make sudden moves. You know, I was like this when I was younger. Don't make a sudden move where you're just like, you know what, this video is inspiring. I'm about to, you know, pack everything with no idea where I'm going, I'm gone. No. Take a second, be patient, plan it out, and everything in God's timing will work out perfectly, y'all. But I hope you guys found this video helpful, motivating, and inspiring, y'all. But I love you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video.